Well, thank you for letting me tune in, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for letting me tune in. It's Coronado Auto here. I don't know the global market majority they go to evolve 10 year, 15 year, 30-year corporate, private, and public. And yes, ladies and gentlemen, I know you guys want to hear a lot of music and stuff like, but I'm gonna tell you, you priestly people too, you up to do people on this side of town too. If you want to hear music and stuff, you have to put some money in the pot, ladies. I try to. You know those African Americans over there, they might not have as much as you, but they do get the bills paid. And if you want to hear some damn heavy metal rock and roll, you need to put some dollars in the pot. I ain't gonna lie, cause it costs, ladies. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna be paying your artist for you. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna have to pay them your damn self. I'm just trying to be honest. I like the music just as much as you do, but artists like to get paid, ladies. They don't like that. They don't like getting paid for free. A lot of time they'll get on there and perform live while I'm recording. Most of the time they do, because they don't want no pre-recorded. They want to get paid for their performance today. And you up there getting it for free, that ain't right. You know what I'm saying? You need to find a way to get the money there, or this is what you're gonna be listening to. I'm trying to tell you. I'm not paying them out of my account. You know what I'm saying? It don't go like that. You're gonna have to pay them. If that's what you want to hear. Go down there to the Renaissance and spend $150 with them for 2 hours. You know what I'm saying? For nothing. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to tell you, when you could be hearing it every day. You know what I'm saying? That's just how it is, ladies. I mean, you have to pay to play. I think that Clinton said some shit like that. You have to pay to play, ladies. Pay to play. It's a real program. It's real. You know what I'm saying? You have to pay to play. Most of the time when I get on there and do a recording, the actual artist is gonna get on there and perform it for real. I'm not lying to you, because they want to get paid. A lot of artists starving out there. A lot of them, man. You got people out there that's everybody on the planet know them. They supposed to have platinum albums and they don't have no money in the bank because people on the internet stealing their stuff, man. Sad, but it's true. The internet has destroyed. I'm trying to tell you, like, all that hacking and all that stuff. Man, a lot of people don't have no money, ladies, for real. It's sad that. Don't y'all remember that situation Whitney Houston was in? Man, that was sad, ladies. Whitney Houston was the most. Man, she was the most decorated and known female artist of all time. Man, that lady was living in a townhouse in Atlanta, ladies. Do you hear me, dog? Man, it looked like that lady was living, ladies. It looked like that lady was living in Parktown, ladies. I'm for real. I couldn't believe it. Man, I could not believe how Whitney Houston was living, ladies. I couldn't believe it. I had to see it to believe it, and I still couldn't believe it. I could not believe how she was looking too, ladies. I could not believe it. I still cannot digest that, ladies. Man, that lady went back to one of her properties upstate, ladies and gentlemen. That thing looked like the Galleria in Hoover, ladies and gentlemen. Just one of her houses, lady. That thing looked like the Galleria Mall in Hoover. Man, that lady was living in a townhouse in Atlanta. Man, that thing looked like she was living on Shore Highway in Parktown, lady. I could not believe it, lady. That's all I can tell you, ladies and gentlemen. If you don't take care of your people, the dope man will take. The dope man sure to take care of them, lady. You don't want that to happen, baby. Well, you don't want the dope man to be taking care of your artists. I'm trying to tell you. You're gonna be able to tell the difference. I can tell you. It's gonna be an extreme difference, baby. It really is, ladies and gentlemen. It really is. And one thing about me, I'm gonna tell you this morning, I really did. I let y'all have it this morning. I snapped this morning, and guess what? The kids was in school. Yeah. That's why I ain't thinking nothing about it. The only individual that's mad is you. Because guess what? Your kids was in school and they couldn't hear. Goddamn. And I'll let you know, ladies and gentlemen. I'll let you know. If Marion Barry was coming to my barbershop, ladies and gentlemen. Marion Barry, I don't care about you being no mayor or no Washington man. A haircut costs $15 during the week and $30 on Saturday. And nobody don't owe you nothing. That's what I was trying to say, lady. So don't let it get out of hand, lady. You have to nip that stuff in the bud, lady, because it can get out of hand, lady. If you don't nip it in the bud, people will be thinking you owe them something. They'll bring other people in. They'll be bringing law enforcement and everybody in, having them convinced that you owe them something. if you don't hurry up and get this thing under control. I'm just telling you how it is. That man can go to the gates of heaven and hell talking about he brought me a bottle of hairspray, like, and I owed him for it. If I didn't tell you how it go, like, I'm trying to tell you, it's just that wild, like. You never know why Whitney Houston was in the situation. That's why you have to pay close attention to people, like. You better believe people that care about Whitney Houston, they want to know what happened, like. If they can get their hands on them tapes from the beginning to the end, they'll watch it and study. You better believe they want that lady to be back on this planet. They want her back in good health. They want her alive, lady. They want that lady to be where she used to be. You better believe they didn't want her to leave her like that, lady. You better believe it. You better believe it's a lot of people that owe that lady. When I tell you, ladies and gentlemen, well, people take advantage of women that's nice, they do, lady. I done seen that happen too many times. A successful woman that'll tell people, yeah, man, they'll drag your ass. I'm trying to tell you. Man, them folks will drag you through the mud, like, and they will not give you no money in return. When you need them, they not gonna help you, like, they not gonna help you. They can sit up there and borrow money from you every day of the week. As soon as you fall, they not gonna be able to help you. As soon as you need $100, they not gonna help you. You know what I'm saying? As soon as you need a favor from them, they not gonna help you. You know? I done seen that happen plenty of times. Like, but I gotta tell you, you know, the same thing. Michael Jackson, all them folks, like, all them folks. And it ain't just African Americans. A lot of different. It's like white people too. You know what I'm saying? White people go through the same thing, like Casey Kane. Y'all remember Casey Kane, like that? Scooby Doo, the Billboard 100, Dick Clark, and all them folks. How they just started dying off at the same time. You never know what the hell be going on. You have to pay attention to that stuff. Like. How the hell did Don Cornelius, Dick Clark die on the same day, and they names are the same initials, DC, and they did the same thing? They did video disc jockeys. Both of them did the same thing, died at the same time, and their name was the same initials. You know what I'm saying? It's crazy, like. Sometimes you have to pay attention to stuff. You have to pay attention, like. It's good to pay attention to stuff. And don't think just because somebody famous, they invincible, lady. You know somebody, they famous. I don't give a damn about their fame. Make sure they alright, you know what I'm saying? You don't ever know what they facing, like. You know, y'all remember Pimp C? He thought he was invincible. Pimp C thought nobody couldn't touch him. He thought he was untouchable, man. Pimp C, Chad. His name was Chad. Pimp C from Port Arthur, Texas. That man was dead in the hotel room just like Whitney Houston. Man. You know what I'm saying? He died, dog. All he was talking about was how untouchable he was. How nobody could stop him, you know what I'm saying? Man, that man overdosed on some goddamn, some Sprite, like. That man overdosed on the Sprite bottle. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I tell you, it's good to love. It's good to learn how to love people, though, like. If you don't know how to love, learn how to love. Because love is it's a real art. It's a real science. It's a real subject, ladies and gentlemen. It really is. You have to learn how to love people, you know what I'm saying? Sometimes you never know how you're going to approach the situation. Sometimes it be just like what I'm talking about now, you know what I'm saying? Sometimes, I know some of y'all, you never going to hug somebody again. You never going to kiss them again. You never going to tell them you love them ever again. Because they done did you just that wrong, you know what I'm saying? But that don't mean you can't go find somebody else, goddamn. You have to, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to tell you something. While you traveling out here, ladies and gentlemen, it's more than just traveling in your vehicle. It's more than just walking and jogging, ladies and gentlemen. They say when you die, ladies and gentlemen, if you're in a hospice or something like that, they say the people's supposed to crack the window because your spirit gonna be trying to get out of there. Like when your spirit realizes that it can leave and that it's not attached to your body no more, it said your spirit be fighting like hell to get away, to get out of there because it's free. It's like being a slave, ladies and gentlemen. It's like you've been in bondage your whole life, and then you finally realize that you're free to go. And they say as soon as your spirit realizes that it can go, They be trying to find somewhere to get the hell up out of there. And they say while you're in the hospice, they tell them to keep the window open so your spirit can fly. Because if it don't, it might start some. You know, you're like, damn, how did that happen? You know what I mean? That thing might throw something from here to there. You know what I mean? Trying to get out of there, ladies and gentlemen. I tell you, ladies and gentlemen, you got to learn how to love something or somebody, because traveling is being able to travel. It ain't nothing but the art of love and motion, ladies and gentlemen. You have to be connected to something, or you'll be in limbo. You know what I'm saying? Limbo is like purgatory. You can be out there, somebody can liberate you, but you won't have nowhere to go because you done lost connection with everything. You know, you done lost connection with the directions, with hot, cold, love, hate. You don't even know the difference because people that just disassociated themselves with you. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I'm telling you. If the people around you don't care about you, find somebody that does. You know what I mean? Don't let them stop you. You know what I mean? Don't let the people you're around you stop you from being an individual and a human being. Because life goes on. So don't let Ike Turner stop you from being Tina Turner. You know what I mean? I wouldn't change my name, goddamn. If I was Tina Turner, if that was my mama auntie, I was like, I don't want you to keep that name. Goddamn, go get your old name back, shit. You see the man don't like you, shit. What the hell you fighting to keep his name for? He don't even like you. You know what I mean? That don't even make no sense. I would have been fighting like hell for my mama to say, you know that man don't like you? Shit, what the hell you want his name for? Shit. That didn't make no sense to me, like. I'm trying to teach your ass how to separate and let go, goddamn shit. You see the man don't like you, quit stalking him, shit. You see the man don't want to be affiliated with you, just leave him alone, shit. There ain't no law that somebody have to love you, you know what I'm saying? Why are you fighting with all your might to make this man recognize that you won't give up? Nobody don't care but you, you know what I'm saying? It ain't like the Lord gonna have a special place for you because you love somebody more than they wanted you to. You ain't finna get no blessings for that shit. Trying to tell you. Your blessings gonna be coming from being able to let go and move on, shit. Hey. I ain't lying. It's good to be able to let go. Because death, ladies and gentlemen, death is only the beginning, ladies and gentlemen. I really believe that for real. Death is only the beginning, ladies and gentlemen. You don't really start living till you die for real, ladies and gentlemen. That's when you start living. It's just like the Boy Scouts and shit like that. It's just like a gang or a fraternity. You ain't living till you get in. You know what I'm saying? You ain't did nothing till you done died and came back. You know what I'm saying? You ain't even did nothing. That's how death is. Like, you ain't really doing nothing till you die. You know? This is just the first part. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, you have to know something, though. You know what I'm saying? It's good to go to the next stage like an officer. You go to the military, you got an education. Don't go to the military as no goddamn cadet. You know what I'm saying? You got a chance to go into the military as an officer. You go in that thing with rank. You know what I'm saying? Why would you go in and have somebody that don't have the experience you have telling you how it's gonna go when it could be the other way around? You know what I mean? That's what I'm trying to tell you. And just because it's below freezing outside, that don't mean you have to be. You know what I mean? Just because everybody else got the cold shoulder and they don't believe in love, and that don't mean that you have to be like them, ladies. Cause you better believe, ladies, it's billions of people that need somebody to care about them, and the other way around too. Ladies. You better believe that, ladies. I don't care how thuggish and gangster they trying to be. You better believe they won't turn nobody down that care about them. If somebody care about you more than you care about yourself, you better believe 9 times out of 10, somebody gonna respond to it, ladies. If they honestly want to see you do better, you gonna get a reaction out of it, ladies. That's who you're supposed to marry, somebody that want to see you do better than what you're doing. You don't marry nobody that don't care nothing about you, ladies. You really don't. You marry somebody that want to see you do better, ladies.